I'm Richard from ITS and I'm joined by Tim here from Dewalt, down at Dewalt's HQ to have a look at some of the tools. This is the DCS777 Cordless 54 volt Flexvolt Mitre saw. Tim, what is this machine? Tell us how it's going to impact us on the site.
Right, what this is a medium-sized mitre saw, so it's for all your sort of second fix cuts, that sort of thing, your bigger materials. The idea behind it is, at the minute, obviously you've got the DCS777, which is the mains version of it, which you plug in, set up for the day, and then work from one spot. This now has the added advantage of being able to be portable, because it's a 54 volt unit, so it runs purely cordless off the 54 volt Flexvolt system. But it has the capacities of a mains machine, so it means that you can travel around site quite easily, and it's got the versatility to do all the jobs that you would need that machine to do. The Flexvolt system is a 54 volt battery system, which also can be backward compatible into any of your 18 volt technology. So if you plug that onto any of your existing lines, it turns it into an 18 volt unit, or the battery into an 18 volt battery, which will run a lot longer run time. It's got a much bigger fuel tank. But when it's put onto the 54 volt kit, in the 54 volt range, it becomes a Flexvolt battery, which means it can then power much more powerful units, which can do bigger corded style of applications, but with the versatility of being cordless.
So with regards to this, the DCS777, what sort of features do this as a mitre saw actually have for us?
Right, well, as a generic mitre saw, as I say, it's medium sized, so the capacities for jobs you can do, you know, your 4x2, your finishing work, your skirting boards, that kind of style of stuff. But starting from the unit, obviously it's got the battery pack on the top, so that's your power source, so that's how that's going to work. There is then the XPS shadow system, which you can simply turn on, and then that casts you a shadow on your material, so you know exactly where that blade's going to cut when you start working with it there. As I say, it's got a button on top, so you can flick it on for a few seconds prior to working, so you haven't got to fire the unit up just to get the light to engage. You can then obviously set your capacities by moving the table left to right, and then you can also mitre as well as bevel, so you can do compound mitres at the same time. And then there's a clamp on the front as well, so if you're using some slightly more intricate material, heavy material, you can clamp it to make sure you're getting a really accurate cut. It's also fully compatible with any of the leg stands, again, by just clamping the feet onto it.
Excellent. So basically it's very much the equivalent of the corded model, but with the cordless, all the same features and
technically
functions.
Exactly the same, yeah.
So in terms of capacities, are we hitting the similar sort of mark with what it can actually achieve?
Yeah, I mean, blade size this year, running the 216mm blade, so it's exactly the same size as the DCS777 that we currently have, and that gives you a cross cut at 90 degrees of 10.5 inch, or a chop of 2.5 inch. So again, bigger skirtings, cornice work, anything of that kind of nature, it's perfectly fine for.
Lovely. Well, that is a very, very impressive, handy machine. I think, like you said, it's all about the ability to move this, put it in whatever room it is you're working in. You can take this quite easily into lofts. Yep. Even a small guy like me, that is very, very light, very easy to manoeuvre. So hopefully gone are the days of having to set this up in one room and move all your material into there.
Definitely. I mean, things are just getting lighter. It has also, I've just mentioned, a brushless motor on it, which means it's got less wearing parts, so you'll get much more life out of your battery, and then again, it makes it a more lightweight unit to use.
Brilliant. So thank you very much, Tim. That is the very, very impressive DCS777, the cordless, brushless, 54 volt Flexvolt Dewalt mitre saw, available at ITS.